I grew up with my dad. My mom left us when I was just a baby. I don't even remember her face. My dad never spoke about her. When I asked, he'd just say, "She's gone." That was all. I stopped asking after a while. We lived in a small house near the river. It was quiet. We didn't have many visitors. My dad worked long hours fixing cars in his small auto shop. He came home tired, ate in silence, and went to bed early. I spent most of my time alone. I read books, sketched things, and walked by the river. I loved the stillness of the water. Calm, steady, like a secret that never needed to be told. I didn't talk to many people. I didn't trust easily. At school I didn't quite fit in. The other girls shared secrets, laughed over crushes, planned sleepovers. I stayed in the background, did my work, and left when the bell rang. Some girls tried to talk to me, but I always kept my distance. I didn't believe in friendships. I didn't believe in love. My dad once told me, "People leave. Don't count on anyone to stay." And I believed him. Boys weren't much different. Some smiled, some tried to flirt, but I could see how quickly they moved on. One minute they liked someone and the next they liked someone else. I didn't think any of it was real. I thought their words were just noise. So I focused on school, on keeping my head down, on working hard. I convinced myself I was fine alone. After I graduated, I started helping my dad at the shop. The days were all the same. Wake up, work, eat, sleep, repeat. Life was quiet, predictable. I didn't feel sad. But I didn't feel happy either. I thought that was normal. I thought that was life. And then one day everything shifted. It was an ordinary morning. I opened the shop like always. Dad was already under a car. His hands deep in grease. He gave me a nod. I grabbed my tools and started working. The smell of oil and metal filled the air. It was the only world I knew. Then he walked in. Guy. About my age. Worn jeans, clean smile. He looked around and walked up to me. "My truck's making a weird noise," he said. I didn't look up. "What kind of noise?" He described it. I didn't really listen. I just wanted to get it done. He said thank you when I was done. I gave a short nod. Didn't even look at him. But he didn't leave. He lingered. "You like working on cars?" he asked. I didn't answer. Hated small talk. "You're quiet," he said. Then he laughed. Not loud, not awkward. It was easy, natural. It didn't annoy me. He took the keys and left. I thought that would be the last of it. But he came back the next day. No car issue. Just stood there at the door. "Can I hang around?" he asked. "Why?" I frowned. "Just curious. You seem interesting." I rolled my eyes. He didn't move. "I'll just sit outside," he smiled. I didn't get him. What did he want? But he kept showing up. Every day. Sometimes with questions. Sometimes with silence. My dad noticed. "He's different," he said. I didn't respond. One evening, I saw him sitting by the river. My spot. I walked past, but he turned and smiled. "You like it here?" he asked. No one had ever asked me that before. He nodded. He didn't say more. Just sat there quietly. I told myself he'd stop coming. But he didn't. And that scared me more than I wanted to admit. He kept showing up. Morning at the shop. Evening by the river. My dad even started talking to him. Smiling. But I still didn't understand him. He didn't ask too much. Didn't pry. Just stayed. One afternoon he brought coffee. "For you," he said, placing it gently near me. I didn't touch it. I don't drink coffee, I muttered. He smiled. Then I'll bring tea next time. Why? Because you work hard. My dad took the coffee, thanked him. I stayed silent. He started showing up more often. Still never asked for anything. Just existed in my day. Quiet, steady like the river. One evening, I found him on the old bench by the water. The sunset turned everything gold. I was tired, but I sat down beside him. Why do you keep coming back? Yes. Because I want to, he said softly. You don't even know me. Maybe I do. I looked away. People leave. I haven't, he whispered. His words tightened something in my chest. I didn't understand it. I didn't reply. We sat there in silence. The next day he brought tea. Just like he said. I stared at it for a long time. Then I picked it up. It was warm. I took a small sip. He smiled. Didn't say anything. He didn't have to. Something was shifting. He became part of my day. The shop. By the river. Talking just enough. Never asking too much. Never pushing. One day he came late. I kept looking at the door while working. He wasn't there. I told myself I didn't care. But I did. That evening he showed up. Sorry, he said. Had something to take care of. He nodded. But my hands trembled a little. He placed a small box on the table. This is for you. What is it? Open it later. He smiled and left. That night I opened it. Inside was a keychain. A tiny silver wrench on a leather loop. Simple. Just like me. I didn't get why he gave it to me. But I held it for a long time. Then I slid it into my pocket. The next day he was back. Like nothing happened. I wanted to ask about the keychain. But I didn't know how. One evening he asked, "Ever think about leaving this town?" I stared at him. Why? Just wondering. Don't you ever want to see more? I shook my head. This is my home. He smiled. Home doesn't always mean one place. I didn't reply. But I thought about it later. Weeks passed. He stayed. And so did I. But I was changing. I started talking. I started laughing. I started hoping. One night my dad said, "He's good for you." "He's just nice," I said quickly. "No," Dad said. "It's more than that." That evening, I found him by the river and walked faster than usual. He smiled when he saw me. I sat down. Quiet. Comfortable. I pulled the keychain from my pocket. He noticed. "You kept it." He nodded. "Yeah." The sky was painted with orange and pink. The wind was soft. I looked at him and asked, "Why do you stay?" He didn't hesitate. "Because I want to." And for the first time I believed him.